Puebla is loaded with regional dishes, and today I'm showing you Chilean Nogada, Molotes, Pelonas, Cemitas, tacos árabes, chalupas, mole poblano, and actually doing a mole taste. Feel free to use the video chapters to hop around. Let's go. For the Pelona, there's no choice of meat. It's just like shredded beef. The big things about the Pelona are the bread is fried, so the bread's super crunchy. I don't think I've ever had a sandwich where the bread is fried, so that was super unique. It was piping hot. The meat was good, but I think the crema, the salsa, and the fresh lettuce really made it. The molote was arguably better. It was also piping hot. I think for the choice of meat, we went with the tinga, which is like a shredded marinated chicken. This was also piping hot. You can see all the steam coming off of this. And then like the Pelona, the crema and the salsa were so good. Think of molote kind of like an empanada. I honestly don't know what the biggest difference is. I guess it's not sealed all the way, but yeah, they deep fry this and drop this in oil. It comes out super crispy, piping hot, and the meat in this one was even better. You can see it, it's super like juicy and flavorful. I sincerely regret not going back to Acapulco more to eat both the Pelona and the Molote. They were super bomb. So the previously awarded weirdest thing I've had might have just got usurped. The Chilean Nogada, which is, I don't know, at least a top 3 famous Poblano or Pueblan dish, is what we ordered. Has a white walnut sauce that's like room temp or cool, not hot. Pomegranate seeds, and then it's a, stuffed chili poblano. There's a lot of stuff inside. I am getting some lingering heat, a little smokiness, but some definite spice. I have no clue what's on the inside. But yeah, massive stuffed pepper, a lot of flavors and a lot of things inside. Mall is right off of the main square in Puebla. It's kind of cleaner and nicer than a lot of the other places I got Cemitas or some of the last stuff from. When I saw their menu and saw that they had a Cubana, there was a ton of different stuff on there and I knew I had to get it. Yunji got the Milanesa, which is like a schnitzel, and I believe she got pork. The one I'm eating here right now is the Cubana. You can see the like ham and hot dogs and just chips and everything coming out of this thing. This is the like kitchen sink of Cemitas, if you will. So a ton of stuff going on in there. You see all the different cuts of meat, the chips, the quesillo or the queso Oaxaca. Had this one with a beer that helped a lot. And then Yunji ended up getting the Milanesa, which of all the other Cemitas we got these. So this is like a smashed, breaded, fried cutlet of meat. You can either get pork, chicken, or beef. This one's pork. And I preferred this one because you really got the flavor of the meat along with the avocado. With mine, there was just too much going on with the hot dogs and everything. I liked that they had chips in both of these.
All right, I've eaten almost all of it now. I've got a better idea of it. The bread's actually really good, probably just as good or almost as good as the first one. I can see why people would like this if they like the oily herby thing or the pickled peppers. But yeah, outside of that, it just kind of pales in comparison to the other one. If this was the first one I ever had or I hadn't had the other one, I'd probably be a lot happier, but it's just one of those things when you have like the best thing, everything kind of pales. So a little disappointed, but it is what it is.
Biggest difference I'm seeing from this is different types of chili peppers. And then they've got some sort of like oiled herb. I had high expectations about Cemitas after eating the last one. This one's smaller. The bread's good. You get the creamy avocado-ness. The oiled herbs are interesting, but the cheese doesn't have as much flavor. The chilies are good, that's the other thing, but I'm not tasting the like Milanesa or the cutlet at all. The ham's doing nothing for me. The cheese, I don't get much. It's smaller. The bread's good, but not as good as the other one. So overall, a little disappointing.
All right, so I've shown 2 other Cemitas. I'm not gonna lie, this one was by far the best Cemita, and honestly one of probably the best things I had. As you can see here, all that cheese going on there was just absolutely fantastic. On top of that, it actually had a lot of flavor. Whereas the other ones, it just kind of tasted like string cheese or filler. This one had the massive avocados. The meat was the best on this one. The bread was the best on this one. It might have cost the most, but it was so good. The peppers were spicy. Just everything about this was bomb. If you want to see the whole video of me buying this one and eating it, card up top. So these are tacos árabes, similar to tacos al pastor. They're cooked on that spit. They can be eaten in a pita to be a taco árabe. This is a semita. If they're on a corn tortilla, they're called tacos oriental. And these are super good. If you want to check out the full in-depth video of me touring through 4 different spots, I'll leave the card up here so you can watch the whole video. But I just wanted to include this because it's definitely one of the main regional dishes, and there's lots of different places to try them. One last thing to note, there's also lots of different sauces. So most places have like a barbecue sauce. This place has like honey mustard, and the sauces are super good. Highly recommend trying these if you're in Puebla. Okay, getting into the 2 chalupas, didn't know there'd be 2 sauces. The first one had a little less sauce, and because of that, the chalupa was crunchier, which I love. And then it was a little spicier. It was like more of a mole vibe. The second one was like a brighter, more typical green sauce, but not like the enchiladas we had this morning. More of like a salsa verde. It was spicier and just like a little different than an enchilada sauce. And then it was softer because it was weighed down. I'm gonna try another bite of each and report back. So the dark brown one, almost tomatoey, definitely better texture on the crisp. The meat's the same on both, but I like it maybe better with this sauce. The mole tomatoey smoky vibe. Okay, the green one, a little bit of a crunch, but not as good as the other. I'm getting like the tomatillo, salsa verde, much different than the mole vibe. It's not smoky, it's not as complex, but it is, again, my favorite word, bright. But more of a tomatillo, more of a salsa verde, more, not spicy, but maybe more tomato and chili like. And it was nothing like the enchilada verde sauce or the chilaquiles verde sauce. It's tomatillo, it's different. So from left to right, obviously rice and the pipián verde, maybe the pipián rojo, mole poblano, something with plátano, and then something with aguacate. Look it up later. The pipián verde, I'm getting the pork and like it's very nutty and kind of like gritty almost. There's like pumpkin seeds on it, very nutty, not earthy, but savory. I'm on the pipián rojo. I feel bad because I'm getting nuttiness. Maybe a little more earthy, maybe a little spicier, but yeah, still nutty is the flavor I get. Yeah, the second one, the rojo, tastes nutty, but more like peanut butter, whereas the first one's like more seedy, earthy. Usually that tastes like beans. On the second one, I actually get like almost like a satay peanut saucy vibe, which is obviously great. Eating all these with pork. This third one, which I think is mole poblano with sesame, definitely punches the most. It definitely does have like an Asian savory vibe. Some lingering heat. Definitely something like Asian or savory that's reminding me. First 2 weren't hot at all. This definitely has some lingering heat. It's my favorite one so far. This one is maybe the second most punch, but the most interesting and complex. Yeah, now that you're saying applesauce, I'm getting like smoky applesauce, ketchup-y. The meat was the best bite in this one. Had like a smoky. This one's the second most spicy, and then the plátano chip adds sweetness and texture. This one's weird. Okay, maybe it's a little spicy. Lingering. Okay, this one definitely has the most kick. Maybe like an anchovy taste, like a weird type of heat, but it's way more upfront than lingering. Yeah, let's see. Very saucy, not tomato. It's very in your face, but good and complex. Maybe a little tomatoey. Yeah, bright, just kind of kicks you right in the front teeth.
Yunji's take is chipino, applesauce, medicine, peanut butter, and originally beans.
Thanks so much for spending your time with me today, walking through some Puebla regional cuisine. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything or what your favorite dish was.